sitting on the job. Well, we're getting into March now, and it's raining in Florida. I mean, we haven't had rain for at least 2 weeks. This past week, we went and videoed 15 different project sites, plus the office with our professional videographers. Got some really great footage in the can of massive reef aquariums and jellyfish aquariums. And this week started off, I had to bring the boat down south to the mechanic to get some work done. And then I brought it back yesterday at the end of the day before sunset because he wanted it out. And today I'm dressed for the occasion, a little silicone work, and we're working back on that 275-gallon glass reef tank build. So let's go back and check it out, see what's going on with it. I walk fast like this all the time. So the 275 here, I went ahead and put in the perimeter glass stripping. Actually, I detailed the silicone first on the inside, put the 2-inch by 1/2-inch strips all around. You'll see they're glued around the perimeter. That offers support long-term. Really, this is a 20-year plus glass aquarium. And then in the corners, we have these very unique 45s. These are glass made for us specifically. And those bond this seam here so that no worms or glass scrapers can get inside. Several years back, we had a worm and water was dripping out the outside of the tank because there was a boring worm that basically bored through the silicone and caused a drip in the aquarium. So this would be keystone plates here, keystone plates there. Remember, it's a see-through, 2 sides, low iron glass. You can see how the white glass, how clear this glass is when you look down the edge. So you look here and you look down the edge, see how kind of blue it is, and then you look down the end. This is just regular annealed green glass. There's the low iron glass. That's the visual glass. So I marked off the center for the 8-inch center brace that goes in. There's 2 end cap braces there. Those are already preset. I sanded the edges with a piece of sandpaper so there's no sharp edges. I've got these pieces of wood planks, so when we put it in, it rests flush. These end pieces, the ends here, I marked them for silicone so we can silicone these edges and glue them in place too. Of course, we're gonna put some silicone right on that 45 since that's gonna be a push-out spot. And the other side here, got the same there, a little extra, can't hurt. You can always trim it out with a razor blade at the end. I might put a little silicone, let me think on which edge I want to put it down on. That little bit right there will help me when it squishes out. We're gonna go over here. I can do it from either direction, it really kind of doesn't matter. But what you wanna do is put one edge in first. I already pre-measured this here. And then this edge down here. Yeah, you just kind of squeeze it back this way. You'll see the silicone squeeze out. So I've got the back edge nice and clean. See how clean that bead is there? The wood keeps it flat on the edge, and I also have the same here. So nice and clean, ready to go. Now we're gonna do the other edge here. Okay, we got that ready, and we'll do a little piece again on this edge, on the bottom edge, so that it doesn't squeeze out everything. That silicone gun is super fast today. This is a little more complicated because it's so big, and I just gotta basically eye it. I'll probably clamp up that middle with a couple bar clamps, and we'll do it in a minute. Let's do this other one first. So again, we've got it in place, and then I'm gonna pull it back towards the end so the silicone's nice and clean. You can see it squeezing out. This seam is really clean. And again, the glass is flush because we're gonna put runners on this eventually. See how thick that is? I can squeeze it and the bubbles come out. So I'm gonna clamp a tiny bit on there and give it a little bit of pressure. This should do it. Okay, now go to the other side and watch, and you'll see the silicone squeeze out just a little bit. So we have good contact, it's down nice and flush, and we'll leave it like this. Let it set for a couple days. Then we have over here, I'll show you, we have our runners. These are our glass runners. These are the 73-inch by 4-inch thick runners that'll go on top of those center braces. And then our overflows have 2-inch holes. They're offset enough so that we can take one of them and put them as a siphon and an emergency drain on the other, a siphon and an emergency drain on the other. Those are the 4 walls. So we'll put those together for next week. And then I also have the sump pre-designed. Geo drew that up, and we're putting a really big sump under the aquarium. So we're gonna go ahead and build this sump for next week's video too. Have this massive sump, which is basically 42 inches long, 22 inches wide, and 20 inches tall. I'm gonna say that's about 70 gallons. maybe more, maybe 80 gallons of total volume that would go under this aquarium. So again, you're looking to get at least 20% in the sump of operating water to the volume of the aquarium, but it looks really good. Remember, this is maybe how I build an aquarium, not necessarily how you might build an aquarium. So please look for the small print and realize that the safety factor is up to you, not up to me. But remember to like, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.